New regulator to make sure buildings are safe to live in. Big story over the weekend. It'll give powers to prosecute developers who don't meet safety standards for things like cladding for up to 15 years. Well, there's been pressure on the government to do more to protect residents in high-rise buildings since the Grenfell fire in 2017. Well, in Gloucester, fire wardens have been hired to patrol a block of flats at the docks 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, after fire safety issues were found. Let's get the latest on this story with our political reporter, Hayley Mortimer.
Nearly 4 years on from the Grenfell Tower fire, millions of homes across the country are still affected by the issue of flammable cladding. Flat owners are currently facing enormous bills to replace the cladding and other fire safety faults. Some have had to declare bankruptcy, while others are unable to sell or remortgage. It's causing immense stress and worry.
The cladding on my buildings has been found to be highly combustible, and the cavity barriers which sit between the external wall and the internal wall of the building and prevent the spread of fire up through the external wall system won't work effectively in the event of a fire.
Ben Brewing owns a flat in Cheltenham and is caught up in the so-called cladding crisis. We spoke to him in March.
So as a result, there's an extensive remediation project to replace all of the cladding in order to comply with government updated guidance and make the building safe. It's quite terrifying, really. I've been through the pandemic in this building. Staying at home and it's essentially dangerous. It's terrifying.
Steph Pike is from Stroud and owns a flat in Bristol. She could be facing a £70,000 bill for improvement work to her building.
It is an unbelievable situation, and I think a lot of people don't actually believe what's going on and don't believe this could be happening in the UK and that the government won't step in to protect us.
Residents in a block of flats at Gloucester Docks have been told they need a 24-hour fire warden patrol after fire safety defects were found. Faults have been discovered in the cavity barriers of the external walls of Merchants Quay. Crest Nicholson, who built the flats, says it will cover the cost of the waking watch until an alarm system is installed in July. The company says leaseholders will not be expected to contribute to the costs of fixing the defects if it's found there was a failure to comply with building regulations at the time of construction. The Ministry of Housing says its priority is making sure residents are safe by removing dangerous cladding from the highest risk buildings. It added that the government is spending over £5 billion to remove cladding, and it's going to tax developers to help to pay for it.
Right, so that is the response from the top, but the bottom line is fire wardens have been hired to patrol these flats 24 hours a day, 7 days a week after these fire safety issues were found. That was the story with our political reporter, Hayley Mortimer.